Standing strong, let's make a difference with Waylon Myers and joining me, Tyler Peters.
Let's make a difference and spread powerful messages to everyone around the world as we, the people of all kinds, try to stand strong every day as we face life's challenging struggles and hardships. There's a lot of bullying, depression, anxiety, crimes, hate, judging, fights, yelling, and more. This show is ill to bring the guests more opportunities and a safe platform to get in real conversations to help people around the world know it's going to be okay as we are standing strong together. It doesn't matter the color of your skin, your gender, your beliefs, gay or straight. We are all together and we make the difference one step at a time. Join me on this journey as I interview people around the world alongside my co-host Tyler Peters. Hear us open up more about life and remember, let's make a difference. I'm your host, Waylon Myers.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 49th episode of Standing Strong, Let's Make a Difference. I am Waylon Myers, and welcome back this week, Tyler Peters. What is up, Tyler?
Waylon, it's always great being able to join you on your program, Standing Strong, Let's Make a Difference. I'm glad to be back. I'm so happy for Ryan filling in and all the guests. It's always an honor to be with you, my friend.
Thank you so much. And we hope you all had an awesome Thanksgiving. Tyler, do you have an inspirational quote that you would like to share for this episode?
I sure do, Waylon. The inspirational quote reads like this: "It is never too late to be what you might have been," and that's by George Eliot. So I found a lot of inspiration just by that simple saying. So it was very powerful. It spoke to me, no doubt about it.
Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, now here is your introduction video for our 49th guest, Alexis Silvestre. Alexis Silvestre is an actor who gave his life over to Jesus in 2021. He loves his faith in the Lord. He is best known for the Green Dhar Mann YouTube series and The Fourth. This talented man has a lot more to offer in his career, and it's time we get on with his interview. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 49th guest on Standing Strong, Let's Make a Difference with Waylon Myers, Alexis Silvestre.
What is up, Alexis, and welcome to Standing Strong. How are you doing today?
I am blessed and highly favored. How are you guys?
I am doing well. Okay.
Good.
So at this time, can you let people know where they can find you on social media?
Yeah, so my name is Alexis Silvestre. That's Alexis, Alexis, and then Silvestre, Silvestre_. I'm on all platforms on that name right there. So Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of the above.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, we are going to get started with the first question. Have bullying ever took you to the dark side in life? And what advice would you give someone out there to know they can overcome it?
Yeah, so I used to actually be bullied in high school when I first originally came out publicly that I wanted to embark this long journey of this entertainment industry of being an actor, producer, director. And one of the things that, especially growing up, I grew up in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. So one of the things that kids would, they would call me names such as, gay, or a whole bunch of other bad names that I'm not gonna say on this interview. But just they targeted me, because I was a young male in this high school that was only known for basketball and baseball and football and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I was just trying to transition into like drama classes and stuff like that. So they would call me gay and all that other good stuff. Um, the only thing I can encourage people is don't worry about what people say about you. What really matters is what you feel about yourself, because that's gonna speak volumes over anybody else's tongue. The tongue within yourself is gonna definitely persuade you and encourage you or diminish you in a particular way, depending on how you think and speak about yourself, than what other people view you as. So that would be my word of encouragement to the people out there.
Awesome. I love it. Now, during your life, have you experienced judging of others? And what would you like to change about that?
Me judging others. I want to say that the easy answer, what I want to say is no, I haven't. I don't. I try not to judge anybody personally. Just because of the way I was brought up with my family and stuff like that. We just never looked at anybody, any type of color or race or ethnicity or religion or anything like that. We just accepted people for who they were. Now, truthfully, yes, I have judged someone before, or many of people, just it could be as something simple as, how they're eating, or their, communication skills, or just like, oh man, like he could improve or she could improve on this, that, and the third. But this new walk that I'm on, as far as being a Christian male now, a Christian male now. I know that we're not supposed to judge, because then he above judges us just as harsh.
Mhm.
So with that being said, so again, no, I wasn't judging people, or I like to say that I wasn't judging people, but deep down inside, I feel like all of us have some type of judgment towards somebody or something. But now I try to not do that at all. So I do encourage everybody out there, no judgment, be your own person, accept people for who they are. If you don't like what they're doing or saying, then that's just not the right friendship for you, or a relationship that needs to be in your life. Move on and worry about yourself, basically. Yeah.
Amen. I 100% agree with that. Now, what are some hardships you dealt with in your life, and how did you overcome them?
Ooh. Let's see. I moved to Los Angeles, California when I was 18 years old. No, that's a lie. 19 years old. 19 years old. Um, I remember me being in Atlanta, Georgia with my family still, and my agent at the time was telling me, hey, if you want to take your career to the next level, if you want to take this seriously, you have to eventually go to Los Angeles, California. And a week later, I had my car packed up with all my goodies. I told my parents, like, hey, I'm about to leave. They did not believe me at all until the day that I was like, all right, guys, I'm leaving. And they're all looking at me like, you're leaving? Where are you going? And I'm like, I told you guys I was leaving to LA. Like, my car is pretty much packed up. So anyways, fast forward a little bit. I've actually been homeless 2 times out here in Los Angeles. None of the reasonings were behind the fact that I couldn't afford rent or anything like that. It was just a mixture of trying to get into the right circles, like roommate situations, or even just trying to lock down a lease, because of the fact that I was so young with a younger crowd. So other people would look at us like, oh, you guys are just gonna like party in the house and all that good stuff. So it was kind of hard getting people to like put trust into us to, lease out their apartment building or rent their house out or whatever the case may be. So first time was because of the circle. I was in the wrong circle, which led me into being homeless. I was only homeless for like maybe a week. in my car, and I would like go to the gym and shower and then still go to work and all that good stuff. And then the second time I was homeless, it was because of the fact that nobody wanted to lease out their apartment building to us. But luckily, my circle that I am in with now, my inner circle, is all very close. We're all brothers and sisters, and we all basically help each other push through. So I don't ever see that, God forbid, that happening again. Just because of where I am in my career now and my path, I can definitely see everything aligning up the way that I wanted it to and the way that God planned it to happen. So
That's awesome. That's good. Now, a lot of people suffer in life and their self-worth as they may be different, whether it's be due to race, sexual preference, and more. What advice do you give to help them know they are worth it no matter what hate speech they may face?
I guess the advice I would give is that being different is good because it makes you unique and it makes you who you are. If all of us were the same, then we really couldn't tell each other apart. It reminds me of, sorry, just funny joke, but it reminds me of that episode of Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy Turner wished that everybody was the same and everybody was walking around as this gray glob or whatever. It would kind of be similar to that,
Yeah.
Right.
And so even Timmy Turner in that episode had to learn, like, hey, it's okay to be different. This is what makes me me, and this is what's making me stand out compared to all the other people. So that would be my word of encouragement. Just accept you for who you are, be who you are, allow people to want to be around you because you are different versus wanting to be around those people because you are just too similar, if that makes sense.
Yeah, right. Now, fighting plays a huge factor in many lives, whether parents are fighting or family don't get along. What steps do you suggest people to follow to help them not think that they are the cause of it?
I feel like in this world, especially in this generation, fights happen all around, whether it's just a kid, argument, disagreement, physical fight. I do feel like just being communicative would be the best answer to just elaborate yourself educationally or elaborate yourself in a way that an individual can understand you. And whatever he or she may say back to you, you have to be able to acknowledge and accept the fact of what they're saying. So I think it's all about just not getting angry to make this situation a bigger problem, other than listening and accepting and acknowledging the fact that you're understanding what he or she is saying, and then you doing the same thing and vice versa. Just being able to come to common grounds with one another versus allowing it to get getting it to a bigger situation. Like even with my mom and dad, me and my mom and dad never really fought growing up, only because the household that I grew up in, it was a open communication, respect on all aspects in the family. So I could go to my parents about anything. If I felt weird or disrespected about something that my dad or mom did or said to me, I would just openly come to them and say, hey, this is how I feel. And they would listen, and then they will respond with, well, okay, well, this is how you feel. Well, this is how I feel. And then we'll, then come common grounds of like, okay, yeah, you're right. Or I'm wrong, or I'm right, you're wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
well said. Now, what helps you overcome anxiety and depression? And what tips do you share to help someone get by-in?
Oh, wow, this is a tough question. For me, I'm a social butterfly. So if I don't have my social interaction with people, I can feel myself starting to slip into a minor depression. So I think the best answer would be to find to find your comfort level or your dose or your solution. Again, mine is being social with people, so that's how I avoid being depressed. Just talking, even with like you guys, this makes me happy to just talk with people. So I think everyone individually, they have to find what it is that will keep them away from the depression or the anxiety. I never really suffered from anxiety much, to be honest with you. So it's kind of hard for me to give an answer as to how to deal with the anxiety part. I do know that it's something that, like my ex-girlfriend had it, and that was a cause of our breakup, unfortunately, because she needed things from me that I couldn't give her to make her feel comfortable, because I just didn't know exactly what it was like to have anxiety. So the things that she needed from me, I couldn't give back to her because I had no idea what it is that she was going through mentally or physically with her anxiety. So as a boyfriend, looking back at it, I probably should have done more research, just to be able to help her more than what I was doing at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anxiety and depression, it's very hard. I suffer with it myself. If you are dealing with that, anyone, just be sure to talk to someone, whether it's a family member, a teacher, someone, and just clear your mind so you don't get any negativity thoughts in your head. Tyler, do you have anything you would like to add to that?
I just want to add that, I face anxiety as well. And I think it is so important that we do get to talk to each other, because we can be that support system. And that's all I'm going to insert there. I think you said it very wonderfully. And Waylon, as always, has some great questions. So I think it's impactful because it's encouraging discussion. And I think we all yearn for that. So I want to thank you both.
Thank you, Tyler.
So it sounds like the highlight of the episode was communication.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
now,
you're right.
Yep. Now, Alexis, if you could change some things in this world, what would they be and why?
Oh, if I could change anything in this world, well, I guess the first thing I would change is social media. I would get rid of social media, man. This social media thing that we play and we dabble on is literally draining us. It is draining us. It's turning this generation into, I just don't even know what they are anymore. Zombies. That's the best word I can, come up with. We're all zombies. We're glued to our phones 24 hours a day. Our attention span is literally just going away. Like, we're scrolling through videos and scrolling and scrolling. It's making men and women want to become something more than what they actually are. So they're, in a lack of terms, they're, a lot of people are faking it until they're making it. But I feel like a lot of people don't even know exactly what it is they want to make it to,
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, I blame social media for that, because there's so many different avenues that all of us can take to make it in this world, that no one really truly has sat down probably and like really figured out, like, hey, this is what my calling is, or this is what I want to do in my life. Everybody wants to just be, I guess, famous. And for me, even as an actor, fame was never anything that I wanted. I to this day don't want fame. I more so just enjoy the art of acting.
Yeah.
So, and I think that that's what's a big difference in a lot of actors, because a lot of people do it for the fame or the money, but the people who are in it for the long haul tend to make it a little bit further, because one, for me, I realized that this industry isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And so that's why a lot of actors get burnt out. At this point, I'm rambling a little bit, but yeah, social media would be my main answer.
Yeah. I agree with that. Because
Yeah.
social media does put a freeze on the day-to-day life. So,
It does for sure. I would concur with you guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Alexis, during life, we all come across fake friends and backstabbers. What advice do you have to let people know there's people out there that loves them?
Um, I've come to realize that the long-lasting friends that I've had in this world have been people who accepted me for me when I had nothing to offer them. Um, so I think once you find a core group or even just an individual friend who will literally do anything for you with nothing in return, that's how you know you have a good friend.
Yeah.
One of my best friends in this world, his name is Patrick. He lives in Georgia still. I've known that kid since I was like 4 years old. He and I will go 2, 3, 4 months without talking. But as soon as we do get each other's attention or on the phone or in person, it's like not even a day has passed. You know what I mean? And those are true friendships, you know. So the word of encouragement, I think, you know, be yourself, find a friend that accepts you for you, and find a friend that doesn't need something in return from you. More about giving than receiving.
Absolutely. Kind of what Dhar Mann is all about.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
yep. Now, a lot of crimes happen every single day. Have you ever experienced hate and something illegal in your lifetime? And how would you help get someone the help they need?
I can honestly say I have not been involved with the criminal justice system at all. Other than like speeding tickets. Never really experienced it. So I don't really have anything. The word of advice that I would give is going back to what I said earlier about this episode. I feel like the key word of the episode has been communication. So I feel like, you know, if and when somebody out there is experiencing some type of illegal substances or drugs, or their friends are, you know, using drugs, or being abused at home or anything like that, just try to be that ear. Try to be
Yeah.
that ear. Try to be that ear so that way that other person can feel comfortable enough to come and talk to you and express themselves and just get their feelings off, basically. It's almost like having a lot of weight on your shoulders. Just be that ear where you can take some of that weight off of someone else's shoulders and just, you know, make them feel comfortable enough to, you know, say, hey, you know, I'm here for you. If you need anything, you know, I can give you some advice, or we can just talk, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And kind of what you said earlier, a teacher, a friend, a parent, you just, you know, find someone to talk to.
Absolutely. Now, I'm sure it's a struggle dealing with your acting career and your normal life tasks. How do
Yeah.
you manage to keep at it? And what advice do you give other people to also keep at it?
Um, so yeah, my acting life and then my everyday life is a struggle. It's a struggle in that I have to literally manage the both of them. Um, you know, I've been doing it now for out here in Los Angeles now, going on 8 years. Come in February, I'll be out here 8 years, and then I was already doing it in Georgia some years before.
Yeah.
But like for me, any type of regular job that I get, I always blatantly tell them straight up, like, hey, I'm here for acting. Acting comes first. If there's an acting gig, I will take that over come in to, work for somebody else, at a 5 to 9, I mean, a 9 to 5 job. So I think the advice that I would give you is just make sure you're in it for the right reasonings. And again, realize that this is, anything in life, it's more of a marathon and not a sprint.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that would be what I'll say.
Awesome. Tyler, you have anything to add?
I just want to say, I mean, it's valued information, that response. I mean, we have to remember to slow down a lot of the times. We always want to rush. It's the lifestyle. It's speaking of social media and just everything. It's just all, makes a lot of sense. There's logic behind it. We just need to take time for ourselves and for other people,
Yep.
to let them know, hey, we love you. We're here for you if you need somebody to talk to. I think that's all illustrations. So I'm glad you all brought that up from the question and response. It's all very encouraging.
Yeah, right. It is. Now, what is it like being an actor and working with so many people who shares the same interests as you?
Oh man, it's amazing. It is amazing. Just even just being on set, even if I'm not acting, like let's say if I just go to set with like a friend to just, go linger around, like the atmosphere, the people, the talks that we have, the work that goes into it is just so incredible. And it's all, it's always great to act with actors who are on the same, wavelength and, understand the scene and their characters and stuff like that. It just makes the project just so much more powerful,
Mm-hmm.
For an example, even on like the Dhar Mann sets that I've done, one of my favorite episodes that I ever did was with Jaslyn, Aiden, Chandler, Vanessa, and Nick. It was I think it was called Poor Kid Tries to Fake Rich to Get Girl. I think it was called something like that. But that was one of my favorite sets because, the first day that we were on set, we all sat down before even reading one page on the script, and we were all just, getting to know each other a little bit more and talking about our issues and problems. Again, communication. And we just felt so free and open, to talk to one another and elaborate on our problems. That when we got on camera, because we had those conversations already, we just felt so much more connected with our characters and stuff. Another example is, like you said earlier, the one of the short films that I did called The Fourth. I was actually able to bring my brothers on that film with me. So
Nice.
Contravious Harrell and Adonijah Lee Bingham were on set with me. And because we already knew each other for 4 or 5 years, even longer, me and Lee, the characters' dynamics were so impactful and real, that, now we're getting accepted into a lot of film festivals. We're winning awards. But it's just it's just so fun. It's just so fun. It literally is like a dream come true, just being on set and working with a whole bunch of, like-minded people as you, who are honestly probably going through the same everyday struggles as you too. I will just say that. So yeah, I love it, man. I love it.
Awesome. Well said. And now, everyone, I am going to throw it over to Tyler Peters with his question he has for Alexis.
Alexis, it's great to have you, just like Waylon has said. My first question would be, I know you just got saved. You found the Lord back just last year in 2021. How has finding that salvation through Jesus Christ changed your life, your perspective overall?
Yeah. Oh, man. I'll be honest with you. Before that, before I officially got saved and gave my life over to Jesus Christ, I can honestly say I was lost. I was one of those people that thought I was doing the right things in life, or even like, the relationships that I had with former people, I thought it was all for the right reasonings, and when it wasn't. He has truly opened up my my spiritual eye to a lot of things. And just, I've gotten to the point now where, like, I'm, praying for people, putting my hands on people. It's just incredible. It's just, I wish I could have elaborated a lot more verbally, but it's something that you'll have to just experience on your own, or whoever's listening. I will just say he is real, and he is going to come back one of these days. Just don't know when, but yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, amen. That was a great answer, that shows you're sincere. It's always hard to articulate that experience until you've lived it, just like you were saying there. And wow, that's just awesome! What a moment! I almost hate to go to the next question and let that soak in. That was just so beautifully said there. And but my next question would be, what is the one thing that you think can bring people together? I think that's pretty common. We see a lot of strife and division. I mean, what, from your standpoint, do you see that could factor in that, where we could be more united?
The funny Alexis wants to say food. I feel like everyone, loves food. You meet somebody, the first thing y'all do is, hey, what do you want to eat?
That's
Thanksgiving, everyone comes together and give thanks. Food does that. You have a work meeting, guess what? They're bringing food. Everyone's happy and jolly and joyful with food around them. So I feel like food is the way to win everyone's heart. Yeah.
Oh, I love the answer. I think we can all agree that food is nourishment for the soul, and it does. I mean, you can have conversation. Thanksgiving's a prime example. So I enjoy that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Food, it's almost been too much influenced me lately, as far as health, but hey, at least I'm honest. So the next question would be, it's kind of going on one of Waylon's questions. Advice for someone who desires to be an actor. What would that advice be? Let me rephrase that a little bit.
Okay, the advice. So first and foremost, definitely you have to get headshots. A headshot is basically image of you. It's saying, hey, I am Alexis Silvestre. Now on the backside of your headshot is obviously your resume, and that says, I've done this. But to get started, for now, just simply get headshots. You have to be able to show your face. It's the first thing that a casting director will see, is just your beautiful face, smile, non-smiling, whatever it is. And then you have to try to get an agent. Now, this is where the stumble comes in, because a lot of people will go out there and they'll try to get an agent. And a lot of these scam agencies are out there. They do exist. They will ask you for thousands of dollars to just get you started, when in reality, that is not the case. So I'm telling you guys that right now. If you find an agent that is asking for a lot of money up front, that is not true. You do not need to do that. You only need headshots. And the only way your agents or managers get paid is if they book you a gig. That's it. Another great thing to start is I personally started in background work. Background work is really good to get started, because you learn the ins and outs of what is actually happening on set, learning what first team is, second team, what the director does, what the executive producers do, what the regular producers do, gaffers, set design, everything. You learn all the terminology from being on set for just a week. You could be on set for a week on background work, and you'll learn all that. So again, that's where I started, and I literally took it at schooling. I learned a lot from background work. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's so fascinating. What you were just saying about, the advice you would share with other people to get into acting. And my next question goes back to the first one, talking about experiencing Jesus Christ for the first time. Any scriptures that have encouraged you?
I say this one all the time. It's you have not because you ask not. You have not because you ask not. I say that all the time. And I really love that, because again, even like for an example, what we're doing right now, you guys are asking questions for knowledge. And without these questions that y'all are asking, the people who are receiving this or whoever's going to watch this will never receive that knowledge because you guys didn't ask the questions. So.
No, that's very true. That's how we learn. If you could select one film to study, which would you choose and why?
For me, it's Pulp Fiction. That movie is amazing. He's my favorite director. A lot of people tend to hate on Quentin Tarantino for some reason, though. I don't know if it's his shooting style or what it is, but I personally love his shooting style. I love the way he tells stories. That'd be mine. If it wasn't for that one, so a second one. Let me see. What's a really good one that I watched the other day? Nope, that doesn't count. Nope, that doesn't count. I'll just keep it at Pulp Fiction, but I will say I'm excited to see what Michael B. Jordan does on this new Creed movie, just because this is his directorial debut. And I really I enjoy Michael B. Jordan's acting, so I'll leave it at that one.
Yeah, he's a terrific actor. And another question, any favorite hobbies outside of just acting alone? Like you talked about your friends. What do you guys like to do?
We love to go to the movies all the time. We're all AMC members, actually. So if you don't have AMC, go get AMC. I think it's $23.99 a month, and you can go watch 3 movies a week, whether it's IMAX, Dolby, or just a regular digital movie. I'm there literally every single week watching something. Outside of that, I love playing basketball. I love hanging out with friends, going to the mall, just to even just walk around and just talk, clear your mind a little bit. I like driving, which sounds weird, but I genuinely like driving by myself in my vehicle and just listening to my music. It's very therapeutic for me. Some alone time is really good for you. I think that is a valuable lesson that a lot of people need to learn, that it's okay to be alone, and alone time is valuable if you use it right. But yeah, those are mine.
No, I think that was perfect response. And my last question would be, what are some character traits that you respect the most in people?
Truthfulness, honesty. I was going to say believable, but that's not good because that sounds like they're lying to me. Yeah, truthfulness and honesty. And just being real, just being real. Kind of like that new app, Be Real. Just be real, say what's on your chest. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what you want to eat. Tell me what you want to do,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you for those responses, Alexis. And I'm going to throw it back to you, Waylon. And I just appreciate you guys allowing me the time to be on this show. It's always a great experience.
Thank you.
What is it like working for Dhar Mann?
Working for Dhar Mann is great. I love going to set. It's all of, not to give where I live, but it's all of 20 minutes away from me. So it's not far, especially being out here in LA with LA traffic. It can be ridiculous. But luckily it's only 25 minutes tops away. You get to set. You get to interact with a lot of like-minded people. Dhar Mann is on set occasionally. He comes with his big old smile, and he makes everyone happy. He tells jokes. The stories tend to be really good, in my opinion. I love working with all the directors. I love working with all the directors, but I really, really love Carlos. I don't know if you guys know who Carlos is. Carlos is amazing. He directed a few of the episodes that I was on. He's just such a genuine person, man. He gives good direction. He's very communicative with what he wants, and he keeps it very collaborative. Meaning, if I have an idea, he allows me to explore that idea first without shutting me down. And then if he kind of doesn't like it or doesn't feel it, then he steps into his director role and says, "Hey, let's do it this way." But yeah, no, Dhar Mann is amazing. I love that he's not just telling stories, but he's changing lives.
Absolutely, I love that. One inspirational quote sticks to you to never give up.
So one inspirational quote that I like to read from, it's actually on my IG on one of my posts. It says, "When you get what you want, that's God's direction. When you don't get what you want, that's God's protection." So that basically refers, in my eyes, that goes, I audition a lot and I get rejected a lot. But I don't look at it as a rejection. I look at it as a life lesson. There's something that I can always take from any audition that I do. And again, if a door closes on me, that was God's way of saying, "Hey, that just wasn't for you. That is meant for somebody else. Another door is going to open on the next hallway over." So, yeah.
I love that. Tyler, do you have anything to add?
I love it too. I'll just agree with you, Waylon. And, these inspirational quotes, that's what they're for, man. They give us that inspiration. They uplift our spirits. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Welcome. Now, what was your experience like being on my show and helping make a difference in other people's lives?
Your show is amazing. Thank you so much for having me. Both of you guys, Mr. Myers and Peters. I definitely feel like there's a lot of hidden gems in this interview. It's going to inspire people who want to become an actor. It's going to inspire people who are dealing with depression and anxiety. It's going to inspire people who don't really know what type of walk that they want to go down with spiritually. Hopefully some of my stuff will, trigger them to want to go down the walk that I went down. So, yeah.
Awesome. One more time, can you let people know where they can find you on social media?
Yes. Again, Alexis Silvestre, Alexis Silvestre, Silvestre _ Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the above. I'm there.
Awesome. So there you go, everyone. Thank you so much for watching the 49th episode of Standing Strong, Let's Make a Difference with my special guest, Alexis. Until the next episode, we will be 50 in. That's incredible, right, Tyler?
Oh, it's amazing. We're almost on the 50th episode.
It blows my mind. But until the next episode, we hope you'll have a good day.
Thank you for watching Standing Strong, Let's Make a Difference with Waylon Myers. Be sure to spread the word to your family and friends. Follow the show on Facebook, Standing Strong with Waylon Myers, on Instagram and Twitter, _Waylon Myers _, and on TikTok, Waylon _Myers. For everything about the show, visit the official website at waylonmyers.com. Hit the subscribe button, give us a like, and ring the bell so you can get notified on when we go live again. We will see you next time.